All right, so we're talking about money, and we are halfway through the year. So where are you with your money? We're joined by Lori Tim, the Director of Community Impact at Legacy Financial, to talk about some steps to make the process of looking at your money mid-year a little less overwhelming. Okay, so let's talk about this. Why is now, this summer, when we're thinking about beach getaways and stuff, why is now a good time to think about our financial health?
That's a great question. If you think about it, we're halfway through the year. Those New Year's resolutions are long forgotten, right?
Yes.
But we still have 6 months left in the year. So why don't we recommit to those goals that we set and finish the year strong?
And maybe we have a better idea of what really would make a good goal instead of what we were thinking about in January.
Definitely. And we're entering a very expensive time of the year. If you think about it, it's back to school, then it's Halloween, and then we've got the holidays.
Okay, so let's talk about some easy takeaways for everyone at home. 3 things that people can do right now to take the first step towards a financial reset.
Definitely. I think it's very easy to get overwhelmed and trying to do too much. So just do 3 things. I'm going to give you 3 ideas, but you might come up with your own. 1, pull copies of your credit reports. You can do that for free at annualcreditreport.com. And even though the word annual's in the name, you can do it on a weekly basis. So if you haven't done it for a while, go ahead. You get your free report from Equifax, Experian, and TransUnion. Second is start to put money away for emergency savings. You can do that by setting up an automatic transfer from a checking account to a savings account. What I recommend people do is hide that account from view and let that build in the background. And the really cool thing is you learn to live without that money. And then when you look at it and need it, you probably have more than you anticipated. The third thing you could do right away is take a look at your retirement savings. If you have an employer-sponsored plan and you don't really understand it, ask questions, pull those statements, and really start to think about what you might want to change for the upcoming year.
Yeah, because usually we get our selections in October of what we can do. And most places have not just their plan, but they have people who can help explain a few things about your plan.
Exactly. So seek all the assistance you need, and if you need assistance from a Legacy Financial, we're here to help you move forward.
Looking at your finances for retirement, putting some money away. The first thing you said was the annual credit report.
Yeah.
What do you want people to look at that annual credit report? Just because they have all that information, what do they need to know?
Yeah. So there is fraud and there are mistakes. So look through your credit reports. You can download a PDF and look at it later. And make sure everything on there is yours. You can dispute any charges that are not yours, especially if you think there might be fraud. Another thing you could do is make sense of your debt, because sometimes people forget about certain accounts, or maybe they could reach out and resolve an account that might be delinquent.
Okay. For the next 30 seconds, 60 seconds or so, do you have a few things that would help us build some healthy financial habits? Because I think it's hard to take that first step.
It is. And so really focusing on habits, I'll give you just a few. 1 is live within your means or below your means if possible. You probably need a budget to do that, so think about the budget. The second is embrace delayed gratification. I know that with DoorDash and Amazon, that's really hard to do, but I think when your emotions take over and your head is not clear, you can make some less than ideal spending decisions. And then the final one, normalize conversations about money, because we tend to associate money with fear, anxiety, and shame. But if we open up the conversations, I think we could all do a little bit better and support one another.
Yeah, if we talk a little bit more about it, then it doesn't seem so like every time we talk about it, it's going to be bad.
Right.
It could be good.
And everybody's struggling with something, so it's a normal experience.
Maybe we can all just be like, yay, I saved $5 today.
That's right. That's something to celebrate for sure.
For sure. All right. Well, thank you so much for coming. We appreciate it. Hey, let's take a look at that forecast.